record this session. Yes, it is in the progress.
Okay. Okay.
So
Good evening. Good evening, sir. How are you?
yes, very good evening. So I am doing good. And what about you? You're
Yeah,
looking
I am
very
also
happy.
doing great. Thank you for asking.
So
So,
you are
you
looking
want
very
to
happy
introduce
today.
yourself?
Yes, certainly I am Gyan Agnihotri and I am PGT English teacher in government school. On top of that, I am English communication coach.
Okay.
As a corporate trainer, I have worked more than 7 years. I have experience as an online trainer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your introduction. And you have a great experience of the language, or especially for the speaking. And as well as you are a teacher, also government teacher. So I think you are a right person to ask the questions. Suddenly a question came in my mind. Like, what is the difference? What you feel? What is the difference between the language? You are a language trainer also, and you are a literature trainer also, because obviously in school, I think you teach students. So what is the difference between them? The basic difference between language.
Actually, in the language, once you are learning language, specifically in India, so language is basically people feel that you have to speaking only, speaking or writing concept only. But the literature is something is different.
Hmm.
And literature, once you are learning literature, so British literature, Indian literature, American literature, so every literature is almost different. And once the literature, you are learning literature, so you will get the beauty of language,
Hmm.
beauty of language,
Hmm.
and real beauty you will get only in the literature.
Hmm.
Only this is the colloquial English,
Hmm.
colloquial language.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
simply for speaking.
Hmm.
But the real English, the real language is on the literature.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if you want to just get the more dive deep, you should study literature. You should learn
Hmm.
literature. Yes,
Great,
this is the
great,
basic difference.
great. Yeah, means I totally agree with you because I am also a literature student. So I also feel like literature is means it's a rich vocabulary. It's a combination of the rich vocabulary, and when you go to deep down it's so you can read the people's mind like that. You can read the literature like you are reading a people's mind. And language is obviously totally different, especially when it comes to the communication.
Mhm.
So yeah, my next question is means what are the scopes? Means how anybody can be fluent in English? Suppose if there is a literature student, so many people says, okay, if you are a good in literature, of if I am a student of literature, of anybody. So what is the difference between them? If or And how the people can become fluent in English? What should be the quality to become a fluent in English? So and how it can
Yes,
relate with
it's
that?
yes. Actually, this is the most frequently asked question.
Yeah.
But firstly, I'd like to tell you that once you have a mindset that yes, I have to become fluent,
Hmm.
and once you have to become fluent, you do not need to just chase grammar. Most of the students actually chasing grammar,
Hmm.
learning vocabulary. Whatever you have already learned, whatever you already know, you need to learn how to use that more effectively and efficient manner. And this
Hmm.
is missing something.
Hmm.
Now, you have to think like American baby, British baby. How American and British baby are able to speak more clearly than many of adult learners. Why?
Hmm.
Now, the real thing is that there is a scientific method. They
Hmm.
are following scientific. Baby learns best.
Hmm.
They are listening. They are
Hmm.
listening.
Hmm.
And then they are listening 2 years, 1.5 years, 2 years,
Hmm.
some babies.
Hmm.
Then they are speaking.
Hmm.
But we are doing exactly opposite. We are firstly reading,
Hmm.
then we are writing,
Hmm.
then we are trying to memorize, learn grammar, then we are listening, and then finally we are speaking.
Hmm.
Even speaking but not listening.
Hmm.
Now our system is exactly opposite. And this
Hmm.
is the reason that you are struggling. Now,
Yes.
once you will start listening, because only listening is also not going to work.
Hmm.
You need to learn actively,
Hmm.
listen actively,
Hmm.
listen something, then try to speak.
Hmm.
You have watched 2 minute videos, 3 minute video. Now you have listened it, listen sentences. How he is framing sentences, how
Hmm.
you can use this sentence in different contexts,
Hmm.
which context he is actually framing sentences. Then once you have listened the video, now try to speak the same video in your own
Hmm.
words.
Hmm.
This will activate your system of framing sentences because your
Hmm.
system of the framing sentences is not working properly.
Hmm.
This is the reason that you are
Hmm.
not able to frame sentences and ideas clearly.
Hmm.
And second thing is that avoid translation. Leave translation because translation is the biggest hurdle of your fluency. Leave translation. These two things. Yes.
Yes, obviously. I also totally agree with you because translation is just like if you are translate, so it takes a lot of time in our mind, and then after that we get puzzled. What I have to say because of
Yes,
the gap,
that's right.
it creates a gap.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah,
Mhm.
I totally agree with you. And like if somebody is a beginner or he want to learn this language, so how they can start? Means obviously you already mentioned listening is the best thing. They can start with the listening. But if they,
Yes.
yes,
So,
but if they want to do only one thing, so what they can do
yes,
except
it's a
listening?
great question.
Yeah.
Now, firstly, I'd like to suggest that they should learn the phrases, phrases, simple, short sentences. And once you are learning in sentences, the short sentences, that will actually help you to speak multiple sentences.
Hmm.
Instead of learning one grammar, learning one tense, or learning anything, learn phrase. And the phrase, this is the combination of everything.
Hmm.
And one phrase will actually help you to speak many sentences.
Hmm.
Now, take an example I'm just giving that I'd like to, I would like to. This is one phrase, I would like to.
Hmm.
And this one phrase actually can use this phrase in the present and the future.
Hmm.
Now, simply you have to change the verb.
Hmm.
Now, I can say, I would like to record this session.
Hmm. Hmm.
Simple.
Hmm.
Sentence is already correct.
Hmm.
I would like to change. I would like to change. Simple. Hello. I would like to is exactly this is the phrase you can use in different contexts. Practice
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
This is the first thing. Once you are listening and once you are learning, so learn a phrase. Practice this phrase in different contexts,
Hmm.
and this phrase will actually help you to speak more clearly. Now, second thing that in the which kind of phrase is actually you should to learn. You should to learn the natural speech pattern.
Hmm.
Natural speech pattern. That where the frequently used sentences, the frequently used words, phrases can use.
Hmm.
Learn some connectors, how they are able to frame sentences.
Hmm.
Now, I am just giving you another phrase. You can practice this phrase in many different contexts. Now, the phrase it's very simple. The phrase is as far as I am concerned.
Hmm. Hmm.
As far as I'm concerned
Hmm.
means whenever you are just giving
Yes.
your own
Hmm.
opinion,
Hmm.
simply use.
Hmm.
Once you're talking about your own way,
Hmm.
now you can practice.
Hmm. 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 So
So
that it
this is the
gets
way
sound.
phrase.
Yeah.
Learn a phrase.
Hmm.
And I am telling you, there are 6 frequently used grammatical patterns.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is also in the form of phrases. Once you
Hmm.
will learn 6 frequently used grammatical patterns, so you will sound more natural,
Hmm.
more comfortable.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes.
Yes, 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 totally agree with you. And one more question here means after listening to you, this it's suddenly it's coming in my mind. Like if somebody obviously it's a beginner, so they can start with the phrases or they can start with the listening. But like some people are they are beginner, they're not beginner. They learn, they know some speaking or they know some grammar, but they are feeling like that they are stuck at a certain point of time. And after that certain point of time they are not getting the ways or they are not getting the idea what should do now what they have to do so that they can go for the next level. It's not only about
Yes.
the grammar they know little
Yes.
bit speaking, but after a certain point of they feel like they are stuck in somewhere stagnant.
Yes.
So that
So once
position
you are just
if yes.
getting stuck. So firstly, you have to understand that you are not able to organize your thoughts and ideas clearly.
Hmm.
That requires to breaking your comfort zone.
Hmm.
You are just getting stuck in a comfort zone. And how
Hmm.
you can come out from comfort zone?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You can listen some advanced speaker, little bit advanced speaker that is little bit advanced from you. Then try to speak the same video content in your way.
Hmm.
And at the same time, you will learn some new phrases,
Hmm.
new ideas.
Hmm.
Now, what happens once you are simply memorizing, learning grammar, and just having this kind conversation, you are challenging the very idea of learning language.
Hmm.
Now, I have used a phrase challenging the very idea. I have used a phrase. Now, this is the
Hmm.
phrase you can learn. Challenging the very idea. Challenging the very idea, the phrase where you can use. You can use this phrase once you are defying a fundamental concept of something.
Hmm.
Once you are denying, you are ignoring the fundamental concept of something.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, this is the phrase, challenging the very idea. Once you are translating inside your head, you are challenging the very idea of learning language. Now, challenging the very idea. Now, this is the way you need to learn. Learn the phrase. Now, once you are listening, learning this way, you can also listen some advanced speaker actually how they are using the same phrase. Any phrase, not only this phrase. Now, just listen. I'm just playing a clip. How one people are saying that they're challenging the very idea. Listen.
We had, for example, Sir Richard Ottery suggesting, challenging the very idea that it could be argued that the economic situation of the colonies was actually worsened by the experience of British colonialism.
Now, you have listened how he has used challenging the very idea. Got idea? Now, this is the way I have spoken the same phrases multiple times, challenging the very idea. Now, this is the way this is the website I would like to suggest to practice. This website name is Youglis. And you need to do not just learn one words, practice phrase, a sentence, a small sentence. Just simply just search it. When somebody is speaking, listen that phrase, how he is speaking, and which context actually speaking. You need to learn this way. That will make you better English speaker.
Yes. Means the main thing is that which I can summarize with that, or I can take a bare bone of it. Like we have to every day we have to challenge ourselves with new circumstances or with new context. Here circumstances are means with new context we have to take something, any kind of phrases or any the thing and the other people are doing, and after that we have to challenge ourselves with that situation. Isn't?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Now I got the idea. Okay. So if you want to suggest to anything to our viewers, or if you have,
actually, I have lots of ideas. Okay. And actually, due to my experience and due to my, I have met and taught every variety of students so far in my life.
Yes.
Every, specifically in the corporate professions, from beginner to advanced and very advanced level students I have taught so far. So one thing I'd like to suggest you, what is the basic problem of the students, the learners, English learners? There is two basic problems. Firstly, they are not able to frame sentences instantly, naturally. This is the problem. Now, second problem is that they are not able to organize their thoughts and ideas clearly. They do not have ideas.
Yes, everybody has.
Now, yes, so it requires a specific kinds of practice. Rather than having this kind of conversational practice, they should go something different and wide way, different way. That is just to focus on the ideas. What is the ideas? How they are speaking? Because the moment they have to speak outside of their comfort zone, they are not able to speak. Yes, I have many corporate professionals, working professionals. Once they have to speak in the meeting, in a conference, in presentations, they are not able to speak, even though they are able to speak English. The reason is that the ideas, they get nervous because they do not have ideas. So how to exactly organize their thoughts and ideas clearly? So firstly, you need to understand the keywords. Pick out the 3 keywords. You can listen and watch the video about that topic. You can write down 3 to 4 keywords. Then try to develop your speech around that. You can record 1-minute video. And you can watch that video one more time, 2 more time. Then try to increase 1.5 minutes. Speak same video. This is the way your confidence will keep getting. Your vocabulary, your sentence formation, and everything will keep getting better.
Brush up is very.
It requires it requires conscious effort. Conscious efforts. Otherwise, you will get stuck. What happens once you will get stuck and you are not making progress? So you will simply give up.
Yes, obviously.
This is the problem.
Yes, it happens. It happened with so many people. I have also seen, I have met with the people, and they also feel like that they are stuck at the same position. So what they can do to go for the next level? And because otherwise they feel like that, okay, now we are not progressing, so we have to give up.
Yes.
Is it? Because what
That's
happens is speaking is a very different thing, but challenging yourself with the different circumstances is a different thing.
Yes. And that's why in our sessions, actually, I always encourage my students to one-to-one session first week and daily GD, daily group discussion in different topics. They have to speak daily something. So they have lots of idea and their brain get developed. So they are able to speak about any topic now.
Yes, obviously. When we are challenging ourselves with the different topics, what happens when different topics comes in our mind or in our way? So we have to go through with the different vocabulary, different sentence formation. So that is a situation where we have to challenge ourselves. That's why different topics is also important.
Yes,
Different
that's why
topics
you need
means
to just
different thoughts, different vocabulary, and different sentence formation.
yes. And the most important thing is that you are just coming out from your comfort zone. Once now in my classes, always I just give students to a unexpected video. Just watch and then you have to see unexpected, because without telling them that I'm just going to share this video. Now, same way in the phrase, I'm just giving a phrase of Shakespeare or phrase of any great person. Now describe this phrase. Describe a picture. Now this is the way they have to think outside of the box.
Yes, yes, yes. Totally agree. Yes, yes. Describing a picture, that means you are thinking about something abstract. So that means you are
Yes.
challenging, you are going to challenge yourself more.
Yes,
This
that's
comes
right.
later when you have a sentence formation, right? When you have a vocabulary, so that you can, when you see the picture, because obviously this picture is, you don't know about anything about that picture. And then you are describing that picture. So that means you have to imagine or visualize the thing and making your thoughts.
That's right.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, totally agree with you. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for your suggestions. And I
You're
think,
welcome.
yeah, this suggestion will
Welcome.
help a lot of people, because it's not only about the beginners. It's not only about the, it's both the, because some people are beginner and some are intermediate. And yeah,
Yes, that's right.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, sir.